Hello, my crafty friends. It's Monday. Yeah. Hope this finds you all good. Give myself a few seconds to get myself found, all that fun stuff. Got wrapped up in a plan here, a few minutes late. And there we go. So we're going to talk about in colors today. Yeah, because they're coming. And so this is also your last 4 days, I think, opportunity to be able to get any of the things you might need for your supplies, if you need supplies, because that, that happens. Extra paper, make sure you get your re-inker, that kind of stuff that's really important for the colors that you find you use the most. My system does not like me. Hey, Pat. My system is always challenging at times. I'm looking for something really quick that I could have sworn I ordered in. I always have these things that I swore I ordered, and then I can't find, and then things that I double ordered on accident. You're like, ah. Anyway, oh, here it is. So I thought we would play with the new in colors. And those of you guys, I should let you know that I only have 2 more classes left for the Stamp It Your Way class for this month. 2 more left. Hey, Barbara. And I'm going to be giving everybody in those kits, there's only 2 more, you'll get this special little in color bookmark for your catalog. And also it's like a quick reference. I know some of you guys have some 3x3 squares or something like that. I don't remember if they're 3x3 or 3x3 or, yeah, I think they're 3x3. They're not 2x2. That would be too small. But anyway, so I created a couple of things. And I wanted to just have a little fun with our new projects here. Our new colors, because I haven't really played with them a whole ton. I always feel like I'm $1 short and something like that. I don't know. I'm sure there's a saying that goes with it. This paper is kind of neat. It's Artisan Sketched Garden paper. And in the convention, I had to wait to order this. Oh, and don't forget I have my little my giveaway of $100 this month. So if you find yourself in need of $100 to spend, put a $50 order in, and voila, you'll have something. You'll get an entry in. I've already gone from 500 to 400, so there is progress. All right. So the nice thing about what we're going to do here is we create a few little cards. When I get out my in colors, I've lost my green. It is somewhere on here, and that is Peaceful Pine, which I kind of need, because I need it for, not totally sure what I did with Peaceful Pine, but we'll have fun anyway. It's actually missing all around, so I must have used it, and it's out here somewhere, and I just don't see it. So we have Golden Glow, Crisp Cantaloupe, Hydrangea Hue, and I tried to take the extra stickers that are on the back and make sure that I had the bottom and the top labeled, and then I was able to take the other 2 and put them on each side of this, so you can always know. These are kind of cool because we didn't have those with Close to My Heart ones. So on all of these, 1 on each end, so it doesn't matter which way I was looking at it, I would have that. And then one of these is supposed to be on the inside of that, so that I would always know just by looking at the top whenever or however it was opened, oh, that's the one I want. And then I have my markers. I do have to tell you, kind of disappointed in the Stampin' Right being gone. I've played with them a couple times, so that's really sad for my heart that we don't have the Stampin' Rights. I pulled out our beautiful gems that we all like to have and use, right? Who doesn't like a little bit of bling? Get some hearts for some bling. And I thought, voila, we will make, you know, just a few kind of odds and ends here. Grab something. I was looking for, gosh, I used it this weekend when I was creating. I'm sure it's not this. Nope. In case you guys didn't see, there's going to be a post up in regards to what I made with this. Oh, and see how this is kind of big, and these are 1-inch squares for references. I went ahead and just have this out so we can just see how that works with each other. It is light, but it's not like horrible. We had like baby pink or ballerina pink. If you were to like check to something, excuse me, was close to my heart. It's one of those two, baby pink or ballerina. You know, those were both out. Now, years past, they have always done a 6x6 in color packet. This time they did it as 12x12 sheets for patterns. And when you cut it down to 6x6, this is actually a better buy. And I think it has to do with, close to my heart, had talked about how the, what am I going to say, the process of printing this paper is great, but to get 8.5 by 11, you have to cut it down, and so you end up having to do that. I'm going to pull out this polka dots because we're just going to kind of make, yeah, that is kind of light when you look at it from there. So if you cut these down to 6x6, then you can get, gosh, somebody figured out the math. How many do you get? 4 of each page, and divided, you know, to cut that piece in half, or by 4, the cost of the elements. I'm taking a quick peek around for my, let me use this stamp set. My green. This weekend we did our virtual crock. We had a great time. Made huge messes, and now of course I can't find anything. But what's new? All right, so we might have to skip the green just simply because I don't know where I've stashed the green ink padded markers. They're here. Have no fear. I grabbed these pretties. We have our reference sheet, and I'm going to take a sheet of this. So this is a really easy, I was thinking actually of cutting these up and making it a class. I just don't know, kind of separate in its own individual cost, not as a freebie. But I thought it might be fun to take something like this and create. I need a new blade. Let's see if this one is in good shape. Black paper with these blades is kind of a rough road. I need to like have a marking system. Hello. Size I get 6. Let's see. You cut them into 4x6s? Okay. Well, that kind of makes sense for making cards. Because the 6x6, I've not been totally sure about why behind it. Okay, that's a better cut. Because you have, I feel like waste. You get a, 4 inches by 5 1/4 for card making, and you have all that leftover. Now, of course, you can always reuse leftovers somehow, but I feel like there's less waste on a 12x12 paper. So Bernice and Barbara, Jennifer, good to see you, and Pat. How was your weekend, everybody? Some of you guys were, well, actually, people are on or not. All right. Now, there is a scoring blade, guys, that comes in here so you can score it, and a lot of people do very well leaving it in there. I do not do well leaving it in there because I continue to mess them up. So when I'm scoring, I very conscientiously do this way so that I don't completely mess it up. And it's nice when I do not lose the little tool that I like to use. This is from the scoring board. The scoring board is really nice to have, especially if you're doing multiples, but I'm just going to be doing these simple pieces right here. So here's our cantaloupe. Now I do not have the two-sided or two-toned out. I thought this was kind of like the melon color we had a while. No, not. Journey was the last color. The color before Journey was a melon. But it's a little bit pretty. I'm going to say less orange, because the more orange it is, the less I like it. Kind of not kind, right? It is. I love this green, Bernice. Love this blue. Love the green. Whoops, 4 1/4. Let's do these all up so that if I make mistakes, we have correct ones. And how has everybody's Monday been? I just made myself a red eye. I'm pretty tired. You were busy. I supervised your boyfriend cutting. So Jennifer, was the supervision part hard, or did you actually help? And last two of these, and then we're going to cut some of our polka dots up to create a background. I kind of assembly line things, so I can like do all this, that, and the other, but I wanted you guys to really kind of see the colors in play. Then here are these pieces. I like the polka dot. And then you have a very large polka dot on that. Yeah, that does not surprise me, Jennifer. Let me get rid of these extra pieces here. So this is a 4" by 5 1/4. So there's some very simple marks here as we go forward through this. And whoops, this needs to be 5 1/4. We are working on inventory. So we're going to do inventory, getting my mass clearance on inventory. Please invite your friends to the Facebook group if they do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or even if they do and they're interested in close to my heart products, although I will have some retired Stampin' Up! Now for sale, because I am going to make a conscientious effort to not hang on to things, to not think that I'm going to do it someday, right? How many of us are somedayers? You buy craft stuff and you think, oh, someday I'm going to do this, because someday you will. Maybe if I wasn't a demonstrator and we weren't always moving on to the next thing, I'd have better success. But since we don't, I need to just be better. You started cleaning out your attic. Ooh, that's a doozy. That sounds like my garage and the shed, Our trailer that we moved across the United States is acting as a shed. I'm not totally sure that we're ever going to be able to like ditch it in its entirety. Well, we're going to have to come up with some other kind of storage thing, but I'm just not sure. I don't have a good attic here. Holding on is the story of your life, Bernice. Well, I, for one, can relate to that. A little too much. I showed, who was I talking to? Was it Scarlett? I think it was Scarlett this weekend. She came to the virtual crop. And I was showing them the inventory, the very scary inventory that's out in my garage that we have to go through. And she was like, I resemble that space based on her room and trying to get herself into everything she needed to be into. All right, so we're going to do this as the base. Then we're going to take, I feel like I'm going to be a little bit off on this. We're going to take some white cardstock because I'm going to change, I'm diverting where I was going originally and going a different direction. That never happens to any of you, right? Nobody changes plans mid. All right. I need this piece of paper for us. These are pretty big. Is there another piece in here that's smaller? For some reason, I thought this is really cool paper, guys, because, pull it out just a little bit, it has like things like this where you can just color and it's done. Oh, wait, is that, no, that's the same size. Black polka dots. I mean, this paper is truly versatile paper because of the black and white, you can make it work with absolutely anything that you're doing. So that's the only bases. Yep, I have to fussy cut, so this is gonna be it. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do 5 1/4. So I want this to go all the way down the front. I like my stuff to have, I'm gonna see that. I like it to have a front panel on it. So this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna guess. I think I'm gonna make that's 4 inches. 0.75, 1.5 inches down. 4. But you guys like how I do my math? So it becomes like 2.5, which doesn't, 4, yeah, that's right. So we're gonna cut, well, I was kind of hoping to have 5 of these. So we're gonna still cut 5, even though I don't know where my green is at right this second. We're cut. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this very, very pretty borders in, and these dies are very, very useful. Worthwhile investment, dies alone, and because if there's a die set, I get the stamp set that goes with it. I think I've shown you. All right. You know what I was, oh, I put them on here. That's right. So I was just using it, I put them on a magnet. This, I need a longer magnet, though, as you can see. And one that's not as wide. All right. Some of you guys were on and you got to see, I have come up with a program that works for me to be able to do my, I need to find the spot on here, right? And I replaced this flimsy sheet with something more worthwhile or easier to deal with. Since we're doing polka dots, I'm going to use this a little bit. So we're going to be doing some borders here. You need your thinner blocks. All right. Scrap paper, which you can see. These are butterflies, guys, and they're really, really pretty. Okay. Since we've gone back to having only, isn't that my girl? Oh, she's so cute, right? Love her. Love that smile. Keeps me motivated, you guys. Let's start with our lightest color is, let's just do this because we were talking about how faint these colors are. This is for adhesive. Now, that, just see what I did for those of you guys that are new to magnets? Top and bottom, since I'm not going to be using it as a paint palette. And what I'm going to do here is just create borders. And I'm going to go off the top. And I am going to just do this all the way down this piece. You can put them as close to or as far apart as you want. But you can do this with any stamp that has a border, or you can make your own border with any stamp, really. I am using a piece of paper on here because it's stamping off of that. Okay? Pretty simple, right? Put that over to the side. I'm going to grab my cardstock with a mouthful of bone folder. You guys, and this is going to go onto that. You don't need a ton of adhesive. Who said hoarding and buying? It's an addiction. Oh, Susan, that's such a truth. Now, I feel like I am struggling here. Yep, I don't have that quite straight. So either I have a love-hate relationship with all cutters, although I do really like the Stampin' Up! One because it's got those extra pieces to hold it more straight. Oops. We need a couple pieces of paper here. Gonna need our pink. So we're gonna do, this is tone on tone. And Susan, in case you didn't see, oops, this is not going to go top to bottom. This is going to be centered in this piece, but your next piece is going to go top to bottom in here. You know, I don't know where Dai Dai is. Are any of you guys friends? I might need to call her when I'm done with here. I haven't heard from her in a little bit. So here's our cardstock. Here's the background and texture paper, or DSP design for it. And here's a white panel that I have gone and used the borders to create. Now, of course, when you do this, guys, you got to have an inside of a card. I guess you could write on the pink. Somebody able to tag Dai? I don't know if everybody's friends with her, but there's that. Okay, so here comes the fun. Get rid of this. And grab your pinks. Because we did the pink one first. Pick any one that, you know, whatever. There's no rhyme or reason. And each one of your blends, if you're not familiar with them, is a light and a dark. So here's your light. There's your dark. Start with your light. Now, the nice thing is about using this paper is that this is already done, right? So the light is definitely light, and you're just gonna kind of add some color. I am not worried about being, you know, I don't think Dai Dai, I'm sorry, my brain is now on Diane since, I think Bernice asked, is it Bernice that asked about her? Yeah. That is really, and you know, she didn't make it to the weekend crop, and normally she does, even if she comes for just a couple hours or just stops in to say hi. She's normally pretty good about that. So definitely I'll have to color when I get off of here. So come in, add a little darker color as you see fit. And see how you can create your own shading in that water with that pink. And then just come in and do some of these that you might have missed. And for my fussy cut people who love it. So I am going to be giving away, for those of you guys getting on last here, I'm giving away $100 of Stampin' Rewards if I reach $500 more in sales over the next few days. Can't remember, the 31st. We are already down $100. So thank you very much to I hope that you guys are still connected with me. I just got to disconnect. Oh, do you, Susan? So maybe with this pink, you could probably, because as I think it was Bernice or Barbara was saying that this was really a light pink. And did you know that the end colors also have a ribbon for each? It's the same type of ribbon, but they have a ribbon for each color. So when you place a $50 order, so share with your other crafty friends. When you place a $50 order with me, you're going to get an entry into a drawing for $100 giveaway. The drawing will happen on May 1st. And then you'll get here we go. Then you will get a drawing entry. So all past orders this month are included in this. So if you've ordered in April, every $50 you ordered gets you an entry, and I add up, of course, orders. I also only have 2 more classes left. So isn't that cute, you guys? Yep, but you still get credit. That's still added in, just so you know. All right, so this makes sense. And now I want to put, of course, a little sentiment of this. Is there any sentiments in that batch? Nope, no sentiments. So I need a sentiment. And I have been using Sending Salutations. Such a cute little set. I'm using my pink ink, which... Okay, so anybody was on, this is what I've been doing. I outline on the plastic where the stamps go, and then I photocopy it so I can actually kind of read which one's which. And I'm going to put on here, now I want to say congratulations on your achievement, wishing you a beautiful future. Hoping wonderful things are headed your way. I'm going to do that. I think this is really, really pale. So I am going to actually stamp this in blue, even though the idea concept that I was taking off with this had it in color. I don't think it's going to be as pretty. Thank you, Bernice. I could talk to you guys all night long. That was kind of weird. Oh, there. So I'm going to do a little 4-inch. And here's how I do random sentiments, you guys. We'll do this one. You guys will get, whoops, that's not the sentiment. Somebody keeps calling. Okay, and I'm going to stamp this a little bit over. Hope wonderful things are headed your way, right? I'm going to just kind of eyeball. Who else eyeballs? Yeah, I think the black, I think if I did it in the pink, that it is really faint, and I think it would be really hard to read. So if you really wanted to keep it, I'm going to do something here. If you really, really wanted to keep it, you know, kind of on that whole, I want to do the in color all the way thing. I think I'm going to go like this. I don't know if they're exact, but close enough, right? And I'm going to take the darker pink of my Barely Blush, which will be blush. And you can just do this, you know, just add a little bit of kind of background color. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. You have your two pieces here. And we're still on the idea, or we're still following the idea that we're going to have a, I hate to use these, but these are actually pretty good. These are the medium dimensionals, and you only have them show up in kits. And I love them. I do. So this is an idea. And I might offer, okay. Hope that wonderful things are headed your way. Does anybody see the little cute embellishments that are in colors? And of course, you can mix up the colors, mix up what you're doing. If you think, oh, I don't want pink on pink on pink, all of these in colors are, you know, designed to work together. Put that off to the side. I am definitely going to pop this up, but I want to see something really quick. So the in color, we're playing Find the Embellishments. Here they are. Right, and if, in hindsight, I would have done the, you know, because we're creating as we go. I have a basic idea in my head, and then I just kind of do whatever. Oops, that's right. Yep, I get it right. I just need a smidgen of blue to cover the bottom. Oh. I saw something somebody did. I thought it was super cute. But here's the ribbon. And they've done... So I'm trying to get the plastic to pop up. So I'm going to give away 3 of these cards while you guys wait for me to figure out how to get the plastic off of here. Apparently it's not this hard, you guys. Well, so you can put up 3 colors. And look at this. I think this ribbon is very pretty. It's nice, it's thick. And I'm actually just going to put, I would generally tell you to put glue dots down on this, but I'm not going to do that. I saw somebody do this. I want to see what it looks like when we actually do it. And then they looped it. And then they looped it like this. But they avoided the, so you're going to have that onto here like this. Okay, when I do that, I might need to, so there we go. We have that onto there, have that on. Come back, don't use your fancy scissors with this, okay guys? Use some different scissors that are not your paper scissors. This probably should come over here. So if you want to put some numbers up, I have 3 numbers. I honestly thought I'd get further with this than what I did. Faster. Clearly, that is not the case. And so I'll make a couple others. If you want to just put up some numbers to get an in color card. And those of you guys who got kits, there are only 2 more kits left with a free with a $75 order. I'm sending you out that cute little reference card in there too. Yeah, I thought it was really cute ribbon too. And then you have these absolutely smashing gems to do. And I love that they're thin. It is the best thing ever that they are thin, because they don't screw up your postage as badly as other ones do. So here you go. So 5 little ones. Here's a sample of the ones that will come out. All right, Susan. 1 person in with Susan, with anybody else. So I'm really excited to make these in color cards. Yeah, and to have these cute little thank yous to you guys. And please share my information with anybody that you can to help me cross that $500 goal. I'm going to do this just because I really want this second layer of pink to like really pop. So when I make cards, my samples are always done like this, and then when I go back and make a bunch of them, I will take this piece and I'll actually do this doodling before I put it together. But when I create like this, I kind of like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. There we go. That's better. And that pulls in. Now I have 3 points of black in here. 22. Okay. Bernice has 22. Pat has 14. Anybody? Any other players? So I'm gonna make me some more of these because they're so cute. I hope all things wonderful are headed your way. You can use that for birthday, congratulations, even a baby shower, wedding, bridal shower. I think that saying is extremely useful. Yeah. And I'll probably go through and grab my extra cardstock and add a bunch of them. And I'm going to color my other flowers. Even the green is going to be the same kind of thing. Close my ink pad. Yes, that's a good idea, huh? You know I'm going to wear it, and I don't want to ruin these. So I hope you guys will all enjoy getting that. So the one bad thing about doing it after the fact is that I'm not going to be sure kind of where my lines will be. So, all right, is this my only takers? If this is my only taker, all 3 of you guys are going to be winner chicken dinners. And I'm going to do a going, gone. I love this. And there I go. I wore the ink. I didn't even have to have the ink pad open. Look at me. Look at me go. I only need, there's 5 new colors. So I only need to be... All right, so Susan, Bernice, and Pat, you guys are all winners. Thank you for coming and playing. Today, private message me your information so that I can get you the cards. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.